All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we are going to tackle one of the most common but also one of the trickiest verbs in Portuguese, estar. Look, if you've ever felt just a little bit confused about how to use it, you are definitely in the right place. We're going to make this super simple.
So, let's start with the big one, the question that trips up pretty much every English speaker learning Portuguese. Why on earth are there two verbs for it to be? It seems confusing, right? Well, stick with me, because by the end of this, the reason is going to be crystal clear.
And here is the first big piece of the puzzle. Meet estar. Its entire job, its whole reason for being, is to talk about things that are temporary. Just think of it like this. It's the verb for states, conditions, and locations that can, and probably will, change. It's your for now verb.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll get into the core idea of this temporary to be. Then we'll cover how to actually conjugate estar. After that, we'll see it in action with location and condition. Then we'll look at feelings and greetings, and finally, we'll tackle the big question, estar versus ser.
All right, let's jump right into section 1, the temporary to be. Seriously, this is the most important part. Once you get this core idea, everything else just kind of clicks into place.
Okay, here it is, the golden rule. If you remember literally just one thing, make it this. If it's a state that can change, you probably need estar. We're talking about your mood, where you are right now, the weather, even how hot your coffee is. All that stuff, it's temporary, right? So you're going to need estar.
Of course, to actually use this verb, we need to know its different forms. So, let's build up our toolkit and look at how to conjugate estar in the present tense.
All right, let's run through the present tense. Feel free to repeat these after me. For I, it's eu estou. For the informal you, it's tu estás. For he, she, or the formal you, we've got ele, ela, você está. For we, it's nós estamos. And finally, for the plural you and for they, it's the same. Vocês estão and eles, elas estão.
Okay, now that we have the forms down, let's see how this actually works. It's time to put estar to work in some real-world situations, starting with two big ones, location and condition. So the source we're pulling from for this explainer lays out all the key uses just perfectly. As you can see right here, it covers all the bases, location, weather, those temporary characteristics, basically all the concepts we're about to dive into.
Okay, use number 1. And this is probably the one you'll use the most. Saying where someone or something is. Simple as that. If you want to talk about location, where something is right now, estar is always your go-to verb.
For example, o dicionário está ali. The dictionary is there. I mean, think about it. It can be moved, right? So its location is temporary. Or how about this one? Os meus amigos estão no estrangeiro. My friends are abroad. But hey, they might come home eventually. Being abroad isn't a permanent part of who they are. See how that works?
Okay, next up is the weather. I mean, what could possibly be more changeable or temporary than the weather forecast? It's like the perfect job for estar.
So you'd say something like, hoje está muito frio, which just means today is very cold. The key word there is today, because, tomorrow it could be warm. That condition is definitely not permanent.
All right, now this one is huge. We use estar with adjectives all the time to describe characteristics that are not permanent. We're talking about things that are true right at this moment, but probably won't be true later.
And these examples illustrate that perfectly. Look at a sopa está quente. The soup is hot for now, but it's going to cool down, right? Or, hoje estou cansado. Today I am tired, but hopefully after a good night's sleep I'll be rested. It's a temporary state. It's the exact same logic for a janela está aberta. The window is open, but of course it can be closed.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit and see how estar shows up in our actual day-to-day conversations. This is where the language really starts to come alive.
Now check this out. Here's a special and super common structure you're going to hear all the time. To talk about physical feelings, like being hungry or thirsty or sleepy, Portuguese uses this little phrase, estar com. It literally means to be with, and then you just add a noun.
Take a look at this example. To say I am thirsty, you don't use an adjective like you would in English. Instead, you say estou com sede. Literally, I am with thirst. Isn't that interesting? It's the exact same idea for hunger. Estou com fome. It's just a temporary physical state you're experiencing.
Okay, and this one is absolutely essential. You pretty much can't have a basic conversation in Portuguese without it. Estar,
is the backbone of all your greetings and asking how someone is doing. That simple, polite question, como está, just means, how are you? And the classic response is, estou bem, obrigado. I am well, thank you. And see, the logic holds up. You're feeling well right now. It's a temporary state of being.
And here we are, the moment you've been waiting for. We've arrived at the main event. Let's finally solve that big puzzle we started with and put these two to-be verbs, ser and estar, side by side.
Okay, the core difference really boils down to this. Ser is for permanent, essential things. It tells you what something is. Think professions, nationality, core personality traits. Estar, like we've been saying all along, is for temporary, changeable states. It tells you how something is, its current condition or location. What versus how.
And honestly, this one single example makes it all make sense. This is the big aha moment. If you say, ele é feliz, you're saying, he is a happy person. It's his personality. It's who he is. But if you say, ele está feliz, you're saying he is happy right now. Maybe he just got some great news. It's a temporary feeling. One is what he is, the other is how he is at this moment. See the difference? It's huge.
So there you have it. Estar is your tool for talking about the here and now. So now it's your turn to put it into practice. How are you feeling right this second? Are you tired? Happy? Curious? Give it a shot. In Portuguese, you just start with eu estou. So what comes next for you?